What's up everyone, hope you're doing well. My name is Qasim and today I've got the iPhone 12 Pro long-term review for all of you. Now if you're familiar with my channel, you know I've had this phone since launch and I've had a lot of experience with it. So I wanted to take all of that and share it with all of you. Now first and foremost, I want to start with the camera system. You've got three 12 megapixel cameras, a wide, ultra wide, and a telephoto lens. I've had so much experience with this camera because if you know my channel, then you know that since I've had the 12 Pro, I've been recording all my videos. So now I think I've done 52, 53 videos. So all the product shots you're seeing, all the intros like the Mac Mini, the AirPods Max, any talking portion like you're seeing now, it's all being recorded with the 12 Pro. Honestly, when I started the channel, I thought I would need a DSLR, but I've really enjoyed as the 12 Pro has been capable of doing a lot of things. Plus, it gives me a nice challenge with each video, especially the creative ones. I really have to think outside of the box to see how I'm going to record and film it to make it as great as possible. There are tons of videos on this channel that show low light performance, all sorts of performance. Like seriously, you could go back and look at so many of my videos that would just show how great the camera system really is. Now, I personally, guys, don't use the ultra wide lens. I've always used the wide lens and then I use the telephoto when I need to really get close to something. What I also love is the built-in stabilization. So there are very few times that I'm actually using a tripod. Mainly when I'll use a tripod is like when I'm outside or like I'm using right now. So that's the only times I really use a tripod. What I've really enjoyed is just being able to go out, have it in my hands, and being able to film right away. Like I don't need any setup. I don't need to attach additional accessories and whatnot. I can just go straight into shooting, and with time and with practice, I've gotten so much better than I was way back when I first got the phone. Honestly, guys, with the camera, whether it's the front camera for portraits or selfies, whether it's the rear camera for all kinds of video that I've been shooting with this, I've had an awesome time and I really have no disappointments. Now, a lot of the times you guys will ask me, hey Qasim, what kind of accessories should we add on to the camera to take our iPhone 12 Pro to another level? Well, the only accessory I've recommended here is the ProHere Pro Film Chaser Kit for the iPhone 12 Pro. That is a great kit, and with the included filters that it comes with, you can really enhance the camera of your iPhone. You can really level it up. I've done a full and detailed review on it, so I will link it down below up top somewhere for you guys to check out if you're interested in that. But other than that, I would say just go out there and practice handheld. Here's the reason why. You see, what's awesome about having a phone in your pocket which has a great camera is the fact that you don't need to carry extra things, right? So if you start adding a bunch of accessories and turn it into this giant rig, you no longer have that portability. Now you have another camera with you that's going to require a bunch of additional accessories. Sure, I'm not saying that accessories are going to ruin or not make you any better. They are going to improve your skills and they are going to take your video footage to another level. But what you guys have to understand is that the more you practice with your hands and just being in that handheld mode, I've done it. I've been practicing for so long and I've gotten better and better with time. So the more you guys practice, the easier it'll be for you to just pull out your phone anywhere and just quickly record a nice video of wherever you're traveling or your kids or your family, anything. You know what I mean? So that is one tip I have for all of you that are asking which accessories to use with the 12 Pro. Alright guys, let's move on to the display of the iPhone 12 Pro. So you've got a Super Retina XDR. This is an HDR display. And honestly guys, everything that I've viewed on here, whether I'm just reading something on a web page or I'm watching my favorite YouTube videos, anything I do on here, the colors look great, everything is sharp and crisp. If I'm outdoors in broad daylight, I've never had problems. When you're watching HDR content, you're going to be able to get to a max brightness of 1200 nits. So honestly, I have no regrets with the display. The only thing that this display really is lacking is a higher refresh rate like some other smartphones offer. With a higher refresh rate, you'll get even smoother scrolling. So when you're scrolling through web pages, when you're swiping through your home screens, when you're playing games, when you're watching videos, a higher refresh rate is just going to make everything more fluid and buttery. And honestly, guys, the only way that you really notice this is that if you've used a phone or a display that has a higher refresh rate, and then you come look at the iPhone. If you've always been used to the iPhone's display, then you're not really going to even notice this. So that is something to keep in mind, which we'll hopefully be seeing on the iPhone 13. So if that is something that you've always wanted in a display, then, well, you'll just skip this model and you've got 6 months more to go, and you'll be able to upgrade to an iPhone, which should have a higher refresh rate. Now, the other thing about this display is a ceramic shield. So let's talk about the durability of the glass. Honestly, guys, if you remember, I've always said that I don't use cases. And you know what? This has been the first year where I've actually decided to throw a glass screen protector and a case on my iPhone, just because I'm always out and about. I'm always shooting, so I don't want to have to worry about where I'm setting my phone down. So if I want to set it face down on a table or face down on the pavement, I don't have to worry because I know I have a glass screen protector on and I know I have a case on. But overall, the durability of the screen has been perfectly fine. Like, I didn't get any scratches up until the point that I decided to put the glass screen protector on, and it's been fine so far for me. And I know that the glass screen protector is doing a good job. As far as dropping the phone, I haven't dropped it. I think maybe I dropped it indoors, but I don't even think that counts. So I haven't dropped it outside or anything serious to the point that will cause any damage to the phone. So honestly, even up until now, I can't really speak about the ceramic shield, whether or not the glass is tough enough. This brings me to durability. So if you guys remember, I did a video on the stainless steel edges and whether or not they're durable and how scratch resistant they are and whether or not their paint is coming off. I haven't had any paint come off yet. And in terms of scratches, guys, I've used this phone so roughly, and if I look around the phone, I've got a couple of scratches, but it's nothing major. You know, with time, everything's gonna wear out. Regardless of how careful you are, eventually with time, things are gonna wear out. Because I honestly, with this phone, like I said, I'm not that careful. I haven't been as careful as I have been the previous years, because when I'm in the middle of shooting a video, I'm focused on what I'm shooting. I'm not really worried about the iPhone and whether or not it's going to be safe or not. So I'll set this down somewhere. Sometimes I have a case, other times I don't. But nonetheless, it's held up pretty well. So I don't think that you guys should be worried about tons of scratches on the stainless steel. Just do your best, put a case on it, clean out the case every now and then, and you guys will be fine. Alright guys, so now let's move on to performance. You know, I've been out and about. I've been using this phone for games, videos, browsing the web, writing emails, responding to YouTube comments. I've done so much on this phone, and never once have I had a performance issue. There have been times that I'm actually out there recording and I'm doing a screen recording at the same time, and still no issues. The performance of the A14 chip inside of this phone is amazing. Like, it's honestly been such a great experience. You guys aren't going to have troubles with your games. You can run iMovie to edit videos. There's lots that you can do on here. But if you guys remember from my initial review, I said a powerful chip like the A14 lives inside this phone because when you're out there recording in Dolby Vision, there's so much analysis happening in the back end. Frame to frame, the phone is analyzing so many different things that you need a powerful chip like the A14. And that's the reason why the A14 lives on this phone. But in terms of your regular app usage, games, videos, anything that you're going to do on here, it's going to work perfectly fine. Alright, next let's talk about the battery life. Honestly guys, only one time was I able to drain out the battery, and that was when I was in Miami. The reason for that was because I had the camera app open, I was recording in 4K shot after shot. I had the brightness set to full because it was a really bright and sunny day. And for that reason, I ended up draining out the battery, and I plugged it up into my power bank and got it charged up and continued working. But in my day-to-day use, I'll have sometimes 4 hours of screen time, other times 6 hours. Like for my initial testing, I was really trying to use the phone a lot more. I wanted to see how long before I can get this battery to drain. But now that I'm using it day in and day out, I don't want to spend 10 hours on my phone, you know? So I spend like 4 to 6 hours. That's more than enough for me, and I have not been able to drain out the battery one bit. So honestly, when it comes to the battery life, I really have no complaints. You know what? Why don't we do this? You guys tell me, how has your battery life experience been with the 12 Pro? Like, is it good? How long can you go? Are you a power user? How much screen time do you spend? Let me know down below because I'd be interested to know. Now, real quickly, I want to talk about the design. I love these squared off edges. I loved them initially on the 4, the 5, and then the SE, and then eventually they disappeared. But seeing this design come back now with the 12 lineup has been really, really awesome. I find it so comfortable to have a more of a flat design and square design. And I personally have really loved it, and I think that Apple should keep it around for a long time. Another thing I really like about the design is the size of the 12 Pro and the 12. I think it fits in really nicely in between the larger Pro Max and the smaller 12 mini. For me, I think it's that perfect happy medium, and I've really enjoyed it. Alright guys, last but not least, should you upgrade now or should you wait till the iPhone 13 or whatever it's going to be called? Honestly, I think in both cases you should wait. For example, here in the United States, when a new model comes out, the previous generation you can find for really good bargain prices. Whether you are buying it used from somebody or from a carrier with a plan, you're going to be able to get a really good deal. And I think that if you wait it out and see what is in the new phone, and if there's not enough things in there that you want, then this is a great phone. And on top of that, you'll be able to pick it up for a bargain price, whether you're buying it used or from a carrier. Now, the other reason to wait is that if you're somebody that just wants a little bit more, you want that higher refresh rate, you want an improved camera, you want an improved display, maybe improved battery life. If you're in that category of people, then just wait, and the iPhone 13 or whatever it's going to be called is probably going to be the right one for you. I honestly, guys, if I had to, pick for myself, the way I've done it, like, I'll have to upgrade. I'll have to buy the new phone because of this channel, but I am so happy with the 12 Pro. Like I said, I got more than what I bargained for. I didn't know that I was going to be able to do this much with the camera alone. So in my case scenario, what's awesome is that I can go out, shoot 4K video, really high quality video. I can shoot my talking portions, and then I can just airdrop everything to the computer and start editing. Like my workflow in terms of recording video and then editing it is so easy because of the 12 Pro and so high quality that I honestly am really, really happy with it. Alright guys, so that is the 12 Pro as condensed as possible. You guys know I like to go into the detail of things, but for this, I just wanted to take my 6-month experience and share it with you all so that you guys can decide whether now is a good time to upgrade or whether you should wait for the iPhone 13 or whatever it's going to be called. So I really hope you enjoyed my insight. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know whether or not you're going to be upgrading now or you're going to be waiting for the new iPhone 13 or whatever they're going to call it, 12S, whatever, who knows. And with that said, guys, take care of yourselves, and I will see you all in the next video.